Thanks for watching this episode of Today's Homeowner here on YouTube. And don't forget to leave us a like and a comment.
And you can share with a friend if you enjoy it, and subscribe so you're notified of new videos.
Thanks and enjoy the show.
Oh, I love the way it turned out.
This week on Today's Homeowner, we're creating a whole new colorful room for this couple on the outside of the house. Now everybody's gonna want one of these. A few years ago, Phil and Molly Nix downsized to the smaller house after their kids left home.
Well, we lived in a house that was over 30 years old, and so it seemed like every weekend we had a project. And we moved to this house because it's brand new and we have a lot more freedom on the weekends. We like the neighborhood with the sidewalks and the small community and the size of the house and the easy convenience of the house.
Small yard to mow, that's a good thing.
In the older home, we were fixing things that were broken. Now we're adding things to the house to make it more our style. We'd like to make our porch an extension of the inside of our home. It's not screened in, so it's hard to use it certain times of the year. And so having it screened in, I think we could utilize it more.
Also, if I ever get in trouble, which I rarely do, it gives me another place to escape to.
Danny, if you'll come out here to the porch.
Okay.
This is one of our areas that we really like to do something with.
Okay, all right.
We'd like to screen it in, maybe put up a ceiling fan.
Well, that'd be pretty
What do
easy.
you think, Phil?
Yeah, I'd like to have a TV out here so I can.
I see you're all ready to go there.
Yeah, maybe watch a good ball game.
Yeah,
every
good ball
once in
game
a while.
every now and then.
But I'd really like to do something too with the concrete. I just don't like the
Boy,
gray concrete.
Do
Yeah.
we have some ideas for you there. Now, I noticed just the quick walk through the house, there's some artistic endeavors going on around here.
Not me.
Okay, I was clarifying that.
I like bright colors, lots
Yeah.
of bright colors.
What about the grill? What kind of time do you spend out here?
Well, I like to spend a lot of time out here. You know, it's a great place to grill out.
I really like to cook, and so I'm trying to get an herb garden to grow over
Oh, I
here.
got you, yeah.
But it gets stepped on, and there's not a lot of room for it.
Are you
so-
stepping on the herbs then, or is that what you're doing?
Only when the flames get high.
Oh, I got you when you sit back.
Sit back.
Well, you know, I see the transition that you have with the patio stones here. I would imagine you enter the back door just as much as you enter any of the other doors.
Yeah, when people come, you know, good to have them come to the back door, friends.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's do some measurements
Okay.
and see just what we can come up with. So besides screen walls around the porch, we'll score and stain the concrete slab, add a ceiling fan and TV, and reconfigure the walkway and grill area. But the weather isn't cooperating when Alan and I return to start the work. You think it's going to rain like this all day long? Well, I guess we could get this column out.
Yeah.
You know, if the rain doesn't pour in here, we can score all of this, do a little electrical work, play some cards,
Okay.
football, stuff like that.
All right.
All right, well, let's get some tools then. As we're clearing stuff off the porch, it becomes more and more obvious that Molly has a distinctive decorating style. Did you make that?
I did.
That's wow.
Ceiling fan blades, and this is a ballast for
Oh, okay.
staircase.
Yeah, I would have never thought of that, but
Garage
Now-
sale finds.
now everybody's going to want one of these. So we want to be sure we get the pattern right when we score the concrete. Since you're the artsy type, you would probably we could go there.
Oh, and then crisscross.
Yeah, we could go like that and cut a joint down there on each side, and you'll have 4 sections there and 4 sections over here. You like this?
Uh-huh. I
Phil,
like this.
If she likes it, I like it.
Okay, oh, that was quick. So while Alan and I begin laying out our cuts on the concrete, Phil and Molly work on a project she's planning for the finished porch.
It was an old sewing machine table that we had at our old house, and then Phil made a wooden top for it.
So I'm going to need to get you.
You don't have plain ones?
There you go, baby.
Thank you
Those
so
are
much.
special.
I figured since he bothered to give me the rainbow ones and wouldn't wear them himself, that I would just take them up to the next level and bedazzle them.
We're not here to impress people. We're here to work.
You may not be.
Okay.
These two are quite a pair by themselves,
Thanks, yeah.
but their house guest, Elmer the gnome, really brings out the best in them.
I really liked him, and Phil hated him. And so I went to my daughter and told her that that's really what I wanted for Mother's Day. It makes you smile.
Yeah.
When Alan and I get to the corner of the porch, we have to jack up the roof so we can remove the column and chalk our last line before scoring the concrete. For that job, we're using an ordinary circular saw fitted with a diamond masonry blade. The saw was set to cut about 1/8 of an inch deep. Then we use a long straight board to guide the cuts along our layout lines. The process is noisy and dusty, but in just a matter of minutes, the pattern is taking shape.
I'm going to be going out of town for a couple of days. I want to make sure Blackie has plenty of water while I'm gone. So I converted her water bowl into a self-watering bowl. I took a 1x2 and I screwed it to the side of the bowl, and I put in a wood wedge just to make sure the stick was nice and straight. And I attached it with a couple of machine screws. And then I looped a wire around the back and held it with a couple of screws to hold a 2-liter water bottle. Now I just fill the bowl with water, fill the bottle with water, and then you just turn the bottle upside down and put it in the bowl. There you go, just like that. And now, as Blackie drinks the water, and the water level in the bowl drops, water will drain out of the bottle, making sure she always has plenty of water in her bowl. Here, I'll show you. Let me scoop out some water. See that? Every time the water level drops in the bowl, it's refilled.
Phil and Molly want their back porch to feel like a room outside, so we're in the process of making it happen. While they've been working on some of the furniture for the space, Alan and I have scored the patio slab and pressure washed the old patio stones, all in the rain.
We should be rained out. Should be. Danny Lipford's like, I think we can keep going.
But besides the rain, we have yet another issue to deal with. You know, this is what happens to us all the time when we're remodeling existing homes, even though this home's only just a few years old. When the contractor poured this slab, he poured it out of square. So at that end, we're having to add 3.5 inches of concrete here, 1 inch. So it's that far out. And we're doing this so that the wall will line up properly. Fortunately, this is not a load-bearing wall since we have all of the beams, and originally it was supported by just the one column. So it's not a problem there, but we just don't want that wall to run and look funny. This way, it'll line it up. And also, we're using a fast-drying concrete, so we'll be able to have this wall in place in less than an hour. In spite of the rain, we get the form secure, and we're ready to mix the fast-setting concrete.
I got just the water we need, all right? That's like the ultimate recycling right there. I mean, this is what you want to do.
We basically had a water hose sprinkling right over our head, so why not use it? This patch is so small it requires very little concrete, and in no time it's poured, finished, and set up, even in these rainy conditions. Now it's time to start building the walls that will support the screen.
Come out here, look here, babe.
Hey, how we doing?
All right.
Is that what you wanted?
Oh yeah, that looks really nice.
That really worked out pretty well, but can your husband do any carpentry work?
If you keep an eye on
I
it.
will keep an eye on it.
I want to see as few nails as we possibly can see and still have a good strong wall. So we're laying it down on the slab, nailing from the bottom side, which is perfect way, but having almost no nails showing at all. Once the longer outside wall is complete, we are able to lower the jack and remove the temporary support post. We can also remove the forms from our fast-setting concrete patch so we can start framing the remaining wall.
Okay, so another decision you have to make is where you want the door. We could offset it over here where it kind of makes that traffic flow down a little bit more. That gives you more room over here. And the screen door is going to open just like this.
Okay.
And that gives you a little more room over here for the cooking.
Cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be
so it all
great.
works out. Okay.
Yep.
All right, well, we're going to build this last little section of the wall, and we'll be ready to talk about some staining. You've been working on your drawing?
I have a drawing for you.
Okay, all right, well, we'll be ready to look at it in just a minute.
Okay.
All right, good.
The shorter wall goes together the same as the first, except for the framing of the doorway. Our last chore of the day is adding horizontal pieces between the studs at about 36 inches off the ground. These will support the screens along that long span from top to bottom. Plus, they'll look much like a chair rail for an inside room. The rain is gone at the start of day 2, so we can begin staining the concrete.
Oh, am I supposed to be shaking too?
You wanted that third color, baby.
Molly wants to use not one stain, not 2 stains, but 3 stains on this porch. That's what she wants to do right now.
They gave her a choice of 3, which is a big mistake in the first place.
So I chose all 3.
So Molly, you've been laboring over this design. 3 different colors. What did you come up with?
This is what we came up with.
Okay, so the middle there, so all of that'll be the blue.
Uh-huh.
Yellow on each end, gray, 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 gray.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's pretty simple.
Well, I had to keep it that way for y'all.
Oh, really? Oh, did you now? Wow.
Seriously?
Man,
And y'all thought I had it easy?
I can feel your pain, Phil. I also got pain in my eyes from my eye rolls I've been doing.
Phil has this eye roll. I can't even do it, but he does it a lot.
He doesn't yell very often. He just rolls his eyes.
So while Alan and Phil touch up the paint on the screen frames, Molly and I begin staining the concrete floor. We're using a straight edge in the grooves we cut earlier to separate the colors. The gray and the yellow seem tame enough, but when we open up the blue,
This is like a neon blue coming out of the bottle, so I'm a little concerned what it's going to look like when it hits the concrete.
Well, Molly, I'll have to say you're pretty adventurous to put together these 3 colors. I don't think blue would have entered my mind.
Well, but I like it.
you know, I love it when a homeowner knows what they want, even if it's a little off the beaten path.
It's kind of a statement. It's a personality.
There you go.
This is your personality, bold blue.
Just when you think you've seen it all, look again. Rigid has come out with a 12-volt compact palm impact screwdriver. That's a mouthful, but I'll tell you what, this little thing can do a lot. When you load your drill bit, just like you would on any typical impact driver, it makes it nice, quick, easy connection. It also has an LED light, and if I push this button, I can check to see how strong my battery is. But you may be looking at this, where's the trigger? You got all these buttons, how do you make it work? Well, check this out. It works basically with the pressure that you apply when you're driving your screw in. So what does that do? It affords you more control. You can slow it down, speed it up, get into very tight spaces if that's what you need. You can also back them out just as easily. Look at that. I may have to get one of these.
Phil and Molly's screen porch conversion has really taken shape now. The framework for the screens is in place. We've scored and stained the concrete slab in 3 different colors. We've even stained the patio pavers we're recycling for the walkway outside the porch. While Phil and I get started putting up the window screen, Molly and Alan are prepping the antique screen door she wants to use for paint.
How old is this door?
I'm not really sure.
Where did you find it?
I bought it at a salvage company, but I can only imagine it was probably like on an old farm.
Yeah.
Just a hand stapler, right?
Yep, I need about 3 more hands up here right now, but.
And you'll have to check out Molly's bedazzled eyewear when you get a chance.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Well, Alan, what do you think of my new safety glasses? The theme of the day is under the sea.
I feel like I'm working with Elton John now.
There you go.
Molly makes some unique choices, and the height of the knob on the screen door is no exception.
33 inches.
I'm hoping for grandchildren.
Do you want to keep it that low?
I think that that's part of the character of using old repurposed things, and I didn't want to change that.
Well, what's a normal height?
Well, normal really doesn't fit for you right now anyway, so you know what? This works.
There you go.
While Alan and Molly move on to sanding the door, Phil and I are ready for those lattice strips.
All right, well, we need 6 or 7 more of these to get us started on this. You know, when you're using lattice work like this or any kind of material you put up outside, it's a lot better to prime and paint it on all sides so that water just simply can't get inside it. Now, even though this is treated and it's not gonna rot, you still don't want it to warp or crack or have any problems along those lines. We got about 30 pieces to put up here, and the outside of the screen porch will be complete other than the door.
I'm tacking up the lattice with 5/8" brads. This will make it easy to remove later on if Phil ever needs to repair any of the screen. Meanwhile, the sanding and the priming of the screen door is complete and it's ready for paint.
So what do you think of the color?
Okay, I'm assuming this
Sea green.
sea green. I was thinking we were gonna have a white door.
Sea green.
Sea green? Well, this isn't green, this is lime green.
Woo!
This is going to be a very colorful room.
It matches the pillows.
Okay. Oh man. Okay. Whatever goes around in Molly's mind, we never know. She's kind of vibrant and she has her vision.
You know you like it.
Yes, dear.
Good answer.
But her vision's usually pretty good, and I'm pretty happy with it at the end of the day. So, yeah, go down to the house with the green door. The crazy lady lives there.
Sea green.
The sea green lady lives there.
The concrete stain, Molly's other colorful choice, is dry now, so Alan and I can finish up the day by coating it with a glossy sealer to protect it. At the beginning of day 3, Phil and I began prepping the yard outside the porch for the pathway while Alan and Molly finished getting the screen door ready to install.
I have a mermaid that I want to put right here, but I got to talk my husband into it.
I think it looks great. I'm not sure Phil is really in agreement with this one, though.
I figure if I just go ahead and do it without him knowing it, it's, you know, it's there. Well, I have found that the less Phil knows up front and I just bring it in little by little, he feels better.
My gosh, what in the world is she going to pull out next? I mean, you know, we got a mermaid, you know, what else?
This path should have a really cool look because we're alternating the recycled stepping stones to mix up the 3 colors we've stained them.
Get the blue one, Phil.
Yeah, you choose the next color, Phil. Don't listen to anything she says.
Phil has learned over the years that when it comes to color pattern to refer to me on that.
Kind of makes what I had there before look real shabby, but now it's chic.
That looks so nice. Y'all are doing such a good job.
Oh, yes.
You're a little in our way, though. We'd like to.
Yeah, we need to hang a door. Are you done yet?
How can you beat encouragement like that? Soon enough, the screen door gets hung, then we move back inside. While Alan hangs Molly's new ceiling fan, I'm trying to figure out the change she wants to make to the lighting.
They're old looking. Even though they're plastic, they still look like my old grandmother's.
Okay, so we're gonna put some personality and put this, make these bread boxes or planters or whatever they are into.
They remind me of a crab trap.
A crab trap, okay.
And this is ocean theme, so this is a crab trap.
After a little modification of the old fixture, the crab trap lights go up. Alan's installed Phil's new TV on the wall, and it's time for us to dress up the landscape around the porch to complete the picture for Molly. Phil and Molly's home is pretty new, and their back porch was a nice little spot, but it wasn't the outside room they really wanted. The screen walls we've added not only make it more comfortable, they define the space, making it feel more like a room. The scored and stained concrete gives the floor more of that finished interior feel too, not to mention color and character. And of course, the accent color on the antique screen door begs for attention inside and out. Molly had a vision for this space, and she chased all the details that brought it all together, from the table she and Phil created to the crab trap lights we put together. Even the path leading to the porch has her fun, colorful fingerprint on it.
Oh, I love the way it turned out.
Oh, it turned out better than I was, that I could imagine, so.
The color just worked out perfectly, and it's all cohesive and fits together now. So I like the way the whole project turned out. I think the floor is really great because it gives the room so much character, and it was a really easy project, and I'm really excited because I think that Phil can do this on the weekend to our front porch.
You know, I always encourage people to put a lot of their personality in any project they take on. Well, Molly and Phil didn't need any encouragement at all to create a very fun place on their back porch. Now, I hope we've been able to share with you some things this week that you can use around your home. That's what we want to do every week, right here on Today's Homeowner. I'm Danny Lipford. We'll see you next week.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, thanks for watching this episode of Today's Homeowner. And don't forget to comment, like, and hit the bell icon so that we can notify you when new videos are posted.
And don't go anywhere, click around and continue the home improving fun.